Standing in the way of life. No, babes. America is a third world country. America is a third world country. I've been back for 3 months.
So this is my new channel.
Experience required, 10 years of experience required, but we're gonna pay you $17 an hour. What the is going on?
And like, if we do get a job, we're making like 16 to 18 an hour, which is horrible. Apartments are like $2,000 a month just to live in the dumpiest apartment. But like, what? So we have to fight tooth and nail to get these jobs, to get paid minimum wage. I don't think I want it bad enough.
Fall of white America, okay? White men, human traffic, black people from Africa made banks and wealth off this country, made banks, wealth, and institutions off of that, and they're the only people that can afford, stuff in this country. If you ran a race for 500 years and each lap was 1 year, that's 500 years of basically each time, like on Monopoly, 200 you pass go, they up on us, and they owe us reparations. Because we the ones that built the track, okay?
A lot of Americans are starting to notice something very uncomfortable that they can't avoid anymore, and that's the fact that this country no longer looks like the America that they believed in growing up.
There's something wrong in this country telling people it is okay to work 3 jobs, not see your kids, not see your loved ones, not take a vacation, and God forbid you get sick.
I'm annoyed right now. Let me tell you why. Today's my day off, and I've been deciding like the past week that on my day off, I'm going to go to this really nice place and I'm going to apply. Not for right now, for future work. But I literally been so excited. I'm like, I cannot wait to go apply. This place is amazing. I'm so excited. All right, so today I woke up and I got ready like the whole day. Like I was like, obviously I didn't touch my hair, but I got ready and I'm like, I'm going to go talk to this person and see if I can get a job. I drive 30 minutes, 35 minutes out of my way, traffic, show up and receive this. Apply online. No, I'm so mad. Yeah, I could have applied online. I could have sat in my lazy bed a couple days ago and applied from bed. But no, I got up and I drove all the way there and I was expecting to talk to someone. But no, they told me to apply online. The person did. The hiring person. And I'm sitting here like, what happened to like our world? Like, what happened? Like, I'm sorry, but people that are hiring now are so unbelievably lazy. It's so hard to get a job. It's so hard to get a job. And like, if we do get a job, we're making like 16 to 18 an hour, which is horrible. Apartments are like $2,000 a month just to live in the dumpiest apartment. It's like, how are we supposed to afford anything? And I was so excited to like talk to someone and possibly get this job for future. And they told me to apply online. I'm not going to apply online because first of all, they get 1 million applicants a day. Like, you're not going to look at just another application. Like, I would think you would want to talk to someone and meet them in person and then decide from there. But no. What do I do with this? Apply online. I will now. Thanks. Thanks for telling me, but I would have really appreciated you to take the time and socialize and talk to me, so. Okay, something is very, very terribly wrong about our society nowadays and the job market, because why are employers putting up job listings and then when you apply, they don't want anybody. They don't want anybody. So I applied for 4 places on Thursday and heard nothing back. So I called up all of them to see like, hey, like, are you guys still looking for this position? What's tea, right? But there was this restaurant that I called and asked about because they had sent me a personality test and I took the personality test and then there was no follow-up to that, right? And then the personality test that I got, like my results was mentor. Basically, I scored 100% on everything except for the emotional part because, I don't know, I answered truthfully. And when it comes to management, like pressure, I'm a medium in emotional stability because like I'm not gonna freaking break down and crash out, but like, inside I'm gonna be like, whatever, right? Scored a medium. So I call and I was like, hi, like I, already took the personality test. I submitted my application. Like, what's the next steps? And she goes, oh, well, you'll have to talk to the AI assistant. The AI assistant, okay. So I go back to the chat with the AI assistant because that's one who, sent me the personality test, whatever. And I was like, okay, well, I'm talking to the AI and I just keep getting the same like error message, like, oh, depending on the role that you're applying for, you can have a phone call or in-person interview or like a video chat. So I kept like trying to set it up. And it was like me going back and forth with this AI for 7 exchanges. And then I finally decided to call this restaurant back because I was like, I'm not able to set up an interview because the AI is not letting me. And she goes, oh, well, you're going to have to go through the whole process again and reapply and redo the test. It's a personality test. What do you mean redo it? But also, like, you're literally a human, I'm a human. Why can't we just set up an interview? Like, why are we relying on AI to set up interviews? Like, why not? You can see my resume. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Just because I scored 100% on everything else, but just in this one little area, it's a little bit finicky. And it's a test that anybody could fake and cheat on. So you're going to pass up a candidate that would probably be great for this environment and great for this. You're going to pass up a candidate because the AI won't set up an interview, and because I fell short in one part of the personality test, the bullshit personality test. Like, make it make sense. Then I called up the other place and I was like, hey, like, have you guys fulfilled this role yet? If anything, I saw that it said on Indeed, walk-ins are welcome. Do you recommend that? And the person was like, oh yeah, we definitely recommend walk-ins. And I was like, okay, great, game. From 4 to 6 p.m., we like walk-ins for interviews. I got ready, okay? So I walk in and I was like, hi, like I already put in an application. I'm here for like an in-person interview. And she goes, oh, like, did you put in the application online or how did you do it? And I said, oh, Indeed. She goes, oh, okay, you're going to have to fill out an application with us. So I'm like, I already filled out an application, but okay. So like, why would you put it on Indeed if Indeed doesn't count? So then she handed me a paper application and I was writing down all my information, my hobbies, my skills, my references, my past work experience, everything on this sheet of paper front and back. I'm like, what? I'm just like sitting here in this establishment doing this. I'm like, okay. Then he comes over and he takes me to an area and conducts an interview. I'm probably sitting there for like 30 minutes and he goes, this is just the first round. It's going to take a week for you to hear back from us. And then if you hear back from us, you're going to be, mind you, this is for a bowling alley. I have a bachelor's degree. For 1. For 2, I'm probably grown than a lot of people applying, which is like, eating me alive, okay? But let's stay humble. 3, what the are you doing having me fill out an entire paper application? And then on top of that, first interview, second interview, for what? For $16 an hour? What are we doing? Like, I'm glad you guys vet people to work for you. Like, that's great. Maybe you guys, don't accept bad people, hopefully. I don't know. But, like, what? So we have to fight tooth and nail to get these jobs, to get paid minimum wage. I don't think I want it bad enough. I'm too grown for this shit. I really am. And to be clear, I can't work a big girl job because I have another job that takes up a lot of my time and I have to pretty much be fully available for it. So I just am looking for something part-time to kind of give me, consistent hours and pay while I navigate, an actual career. It's just tough.
And I don't think you guys are ready to have the conversation about being so poor that you literally couldn't afford to get to an on-site job interview if you got one. 2.5. That's how many years I've been unemployed. 4,000. That's roughly how many job applications I've put in. 60. That's approximately how many interviews I've had. 4 interviews went the full cycle, from recruiter to final interview. 3. That's how many job offers I've received since December of 2022. Well, Melissa, if you received 3 job offers, why are you unemployed? I'm so glad you asked. One was a teaching position so far away that it would have cost me more to commute than I would have earned. The second one was fraudulent, meaning I talked to real people. I went through the entire process and signed an offer letter, only for them to ghost me and for me to realize that they were simply data harvesting for all of the exercises I did for them, and they wanted me to send them a check for equipment. That company later put a warning on their LinkedIn profile. The third one was to be a recruiter, only to be ghosted and find out from a LinkedIn post that the hiring manager who interviewed me made, congratulating the new hire, who was a college student, no tea, no shade, but they had only ever done an internship. I have 18 plus years sales management experience, specifically in tech, in SaaS, in cloud-based software sales. I have 2 master's degrees. I'm currently a PhD candidate. Well, why don't you just get a job, doing something you don't want to do until you... Shut up. I can't get a job at Trader Joe's. Do you know how many people apply to Trader Joe's on the daily? I asked the manager at my local Trader Joe's, what their experience was in terms of hiring. They have applications just backlogged, and they get at least 6 people that walk in the store every day asking for work. Oh, but why don't you get professional help with your... Don't. I've got 8 different resumes. Keyword optimized, customized, cover letters customized. Shut up. Do you not think we have tried everything? Do you not think applying for work is a full-time job? Especially when you are interviewing or attempting to interview with multiple places at the same time, okay? It's dehumanizing, and it's physiologically and psychospiritually exhausting to be unemployed this long. Looking for work costs money. I haven't had internet in my home since January of 23 because I can't afford it. So I rely on hotspots from the library, or I have to go to a cafe, which means I have to pay to sit somewhere to job hunt. I have had to miss 3 on-site job interviews over the past 2+ years because I couldn't afford to get to them. Had was to answer phones at an acupuncture clinic for 15 to 20 hours. Wait for it. A month. You are not crazy. It is that bad. People who have not experienced it will gaslight you. They will insult you. They will disrespect you, even people that love you, because they do not get it. You are competing with people that are more qualified and experienced than you for the same role. Just like people that are less experienced and qualified than me are competing with me for the same role. There is no such thing as an entry-level position anymore. Entry-level now requires multiple years of experience. What the fuck? Doesn't matter if you have degrees in your field. It doesn't matter if you have degrees at all. They don't care. They care if you can tell them what they want to hear. And that's only if the AI applicant tracking systems scan your resume and allow you to be put in front of a human for 10 seconds while they scan your resume and decide if you're a worthy candidate before tossing you aside. So when people come in my comments, when I'm requesting support for mutual aid, or I'm talking about my eviction, which I've actively been fighting since November without an attorney, and they say, well, why can't you just, move out? Or why are you unemployed? Well, first of all, if I can't afford rent, how can I afford to move? Okay? Riddle me that, Batman. Secondly, it's none of your business why anyone is unemployed, okay? But second of all, if you're unemployed and you have a gap in your resume, we all know how hard it is to explain a 3-month gap, a 6-month gap. Try explaining a 2+ year gap in your resume. No amount of bullshitting freelance work and focusing on your degree is going to explain away a 2+ year gap on your resume.
I applied to 20 jobs this summer, and I heard back from one. It was a rejection from Starbucks. Hi, Lila. Thank you so much for your interest in this barista position. However, unfortunately, after careful consideration, we cannot offer you the position. You see, you don't have 10 years of barista experience. I'm so sick of these freaking jobs saying entry level. Oh, we're going to pay you entry level pay, but you have to have this and this and this qualification. Experience required
10 years of experience required, but we're going to pay you $17 an hour. What the is going on?
I just got rejected from Walmart as a cashier. What the heck is so wrong with the job market right now that I have a bachelor's degree that I spent 4 freaking years on, and I went back to school to get my master's because that's what everyone tells me that you have to do so you can have a better paying job one day. And all the old people and people in my parents' generation telling us, get your higher education, get that degree, should be questioned. Because why can I not find one basic cashier's job? What are we even doing to make money right now? Please spill me any secrets you have because I am so in need. I need help. I need advice. I have so much debt that I have to pay off.
How hard it is. Like, the job market is so horrible right now, okay? I just graduated from USC, okay? And I had a 3.8 GPA. Yeah, 3.8 GPA, and I was a finance major, right? So you're thinking, obviously, USC Marshall, what they're known for, they're a business school, right? So I should be good. Guess what? No. I have applied to well over 300 jobs thus far. Have I gotten a single offer? No, I have not gotten a single offer. I've had like one lowball offer, like horrible. It was like, for what, I want to say like $50,000 in California. $50,000 in California. That's not enough for me. Okay, like I literally cannot get a job in this job market. Okay, $50,000, I'm gonna be starving. So I really need a job right now. Like, sure, you might be thinking, well, $50,000, like that's better than nothing, right? But guys, I am way over $400,000 in debt because I go to USC out of state. I spent $400,000 and now I can't get a single job offer. Like, I'm literally drowning in debt right now, okay? And I'm actually so pissed.
Hey, if anyone out there is getting denied from jobs, just to feel a little bit better, I just got denied from a serving job in a restaurant with a bachelor's degree, and I've actually worked in 2 restaurants for no experience. Trying to move for my career and placement jobs.
All toxic. Any interaction I have, I'm like, oh my god, you just want something from me. The American men don't even get me started. The only thing that's beneficial about America is the opportunities here. You have more opportunities here, but you have to give your soul for those opportunities. You don't experience life or balance, no. You have to give your soul.
So who do you think she's talking about? You got to give your soul. And she's talking about American men are horrible. So that's what this channel's about. We're talking about, you know, basically what's going on in this country, how the grocery and rent prices and what's going on, and why they owe black people reparations for all the stuff I said in the beginning of this, you know, human trafficking us from Africa, making banks and wealth off of banks and wealth and stock markets and institutions off of us, and then giving other white people, only white men's families, you know, money and opportunities. Back then, it was going that, you know, the white women couldn't even vote. You know, white women wasn't beating us with whips. You ain't never seen a white woman beat a motherfucker with a whip or hang a man from a tree. Those are all white men. That was their rules under their rules. Just like how you got niggas killing each other today because of white men rules and you can get away with it and you kill black men more than white. It's kind of the same thing. Yeah, you didn't see white women do weird shit. Yeah, but it's because of they rules though. They made the rules. They set them. They even enforce them and say you got to sell your soul and do what I say for you to enjoy America. So that's just basically what this whole channel is about. They even owe white women reparations for real. If you look at the Salem witch trials, they killed, what, 10 million white women over the course of like 500 years? Because they was hunting them down as witches and stuff like that. Look up the Salem witch trial. Look up Joan of Arc. That's just some game for some white women right there. But anyways, it's a Follow White America. You're going to see a whole lot of white women and people talking about what's going on. That's the intro to this channel. Peace. This is the one.
America has literally built a system where being poor is more expensive. And nobody talks about how backwards that is. Like, if you're already struggling, everything costs more. A bill you couldn't afford? Well, now you owe more. Miss a payment because you were trying to juggle rent and groceries? Well...
And you want to know why that is because they understand that you'll never be able to catch up 500 years of slavery, no matter who you are. Only a white man in America will have that much money. And if you're not a white man in America that they really care about, you know what I mean? You'll end up like this dude.
Yeah, sure they got.
And I gotta say, as a United States veteran, it's absolutely horrible to see.
Okay? You'll end up like that. So they don't care. You know what I'm saying? So your smartest thing is probably to just move out the country or, you know, show whose side you on. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? Shit. If you can't beat them, join them. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You come with some there that motherfucker go right there. He right there, y'all. Type shit. I mean, you better, you know what I mean? Get on the right side. I don't know, figure it out. But they don't give a fuck about you. At least show what side you on. Prove it some sort of way. I don't know. Anyways, this is the Fall of White America. This is the new channel, and we'll be reacting to channels like this.
How our government is taking care of our veterans. You served our country honorably.